Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about indoor training and getting the most out of your fitness while you're riding the bike indoors. So, the first thing you'll need when you go about indoor training on a bicycle is a turbo trainer or something to put your bike up on. We have two options here really. We have our classic wheel-on trainer, okay, so that's kind of more affordable price point, and we have our direct drive trainer, which would be more of an advanced unit for indoor training as well, okay. So the kind of purpose of this video is to run you through exactly how one will go about indoor training, what are the positives and negatives for it, some tips and tricks, and also some key sessions that we can actually do to make you faster and fitter and stronger out on the road. So once you're up and running, what can you actually do on the indoor trainer? Well, you have a couple of options, okay? Number one, you can just ride steady and ride easy for a period of time, right? So I suppose it depends on your ability level and your goals out on the road for the community bike rides. If your goal is an hour out on the road for the community bike rides, then really you'd want to be basing it around kind of 45 minutes to over the hour of riding steady on the indoor trainer itself, okay? So the second option you have is to do an interval session. So some of you may have heard of interval sessions and you might not be quite sure what they mean. Essentially, an interval is a period of time where you vary your intensity or your effort on the bike itself. So what would an interval session actually look like then? There's a couple of ways you could actually break this down. So I suppose one of the most common interval sessions would be something like a 4 by 5 minute effort on the bike. So what would that look like? I suppose we always want to start our interval session with a warm-up, okay? So we'll say warming up 10 minutes at about a 4 or 5 out of 10 intensity level, right? And then after our warm-up is completed, we launch into our intervals. So we go 4 by 5 minutes, the 5-minute section being hard at about an 8 out of 10 effort level. So in between each of those 5-minute intervals, you want to take about 5 minutes easy, just turning your legs over, nice and easy, ability or effort level in below kind of that 5 out of 10 range. After your intervals are done, you want to always make sure and cool down, okay? So cooling down in around 5 out of 10 effort level for 5-10 minutes, just bringing that heart rate down, bringing that effort level down, and just cooling the body down. Again, getting ready for the next day's training. So interval training is really, really good for building fitness, okay? And it transfers out into the road then for your community bike rides. One caveat with this is it's really, really important not to overdo it. So you might ask yourself, how many times a week should I actually be training on the indoor trainer? From my point of view, what I'd recommend is 1 to 2 interval sessions per week, okay? And 2 to 3 easy, steady sessions per week if time permits it. It's very important that you're not backing up day to day to day with interval sessions. So that's our interval session done, but what are some tips and tricks, I suppose, to make your life on the indoor trainer a little bit easier? So number one for me is cooling, okay? And what does cooling involve? It's making sure that you're in a kind of open space, well ventilated area. If there's any windows, make sure they're open. If there's any doors, make sure they're open as well. Really key as well is having some sort of fan, a desk fan, or a standing fan or a floor fan, just blowing some air in your direction to get that airflow going and get some air circulating around you. Another key thing is hydration, okay? So in an hour session, you'd really want to be drinking close to about this level of liquid per hour, okay? So that's about 500 to 750 milliliters of liquid per hour, and that's just accounting for the extra sweat loss while you're on the turbo trainer itself. So that's our video on getting into indoor training. Again, a quick summary. So once you're up and running on your indoor trainer, you kind of have two options really. You can ride steady or you can choose an interval session, remembering what we discussed in around how that interval session would look and where you'd space it throughout your week, okay? Secondly, you need to make sure that you're drinking enough on the turbo, remembering back to your bottle, and you need to make sure the area is well ventilated and there's a fan blowing in your direction as well. So I hope you enjoyed AXA Community Bike Rides' quick intro into indoor training, and hopefully we see you all on the road sometime soon.